TitleMatchNetwork.com.
Now, you also worked for Joe Blanchard, Southwest Championship Wrestling.
Yes, Joe was super. Tully wasn't the most friendliest person in the world back then. Don't think Tully liked me, but
a lot of people have bad things to say about Tully.
Really?
A lot.
I never had any bad run-ins with him. I can remember when I did a job for the Turk on TV, and with Tully booking, and Joe had Tully in the hallway before I got from the ring to the dressing room. But Southwest Wrestling there, Joe Blanchard was one of the most honest promoters I have ever worked for. He was struggling. I can remember many a nights we were doing mail order on USA. Joe was. Many nights I stayed in his offices all night packing these little wrestling baby towels and cups and stuff in boxes and taping them shut, and the secretaries would address them and send them out the next day. Huh. I can remember doing that, helping him.
I remember the commercials actually for Aaron on it.
Really?
Yeah, USA Network.
I had, that's where I first started promoting big places. They owed a bill at Corpus Christi TV, and I made a deal with Joe, and I took over Corpus Christi, paid the bill, and that was my town, so to speak, for the duration of the time I stayed there.
What about Ken Timbs? Whose idea was it to team you up with Ken?
Luke Williams, Sheepherders, Bushwhackers. Luke was booking San Antonio, and he brought me a partner in. And Ken, I think Ken's passed away now. Ken and I never saw eye to eye. We worked together as a team. We were a good team, but personally, we didn't travel together. Put it that way. We were a good team, but we just didn't travel together.
I was going to ask you your thoughts on Ken.
My thoughts on Ken?
Yeah.
Well, you know, it's we didn't get along. His psychology, personally, he lived his life, I lived mine. That was cool. I'm talking about we didn't get along in the wrestling business because his ring psychology did not match mine. And I wouldn't do some of the things he wanted me to do in the ring. And he was forced to do some of the things he didn't want to do that I wanted him to do. So it was a constant struggle to be a good team. And if it had been another booker other than Luke, I probably would have really went to Joe and said, hey, you know, this has got to go. And we didn't team together that long, and Luke split us up. And
yeah, he eventually left the company. Did that put you in a bind at all when he left?
No, I was happy.
You were then, I think, paired with Dan Greer, right?
Dan Greer, Pudgy, old buddy from Kentucky, and who's passed away. And that clicked. We went to Puerto Rico, it clicked. We went to Mexico, it clicked. Pudgy fell in love and didn't like being away from home, so we couldn't stay in a territory very long because Pudgy had to go back to Kentucky.
You got to work a little bit with Al Perez and Manny Fernandez too as well down there in Southwest?
Yes, Al, super performer and very underrated, never pushed like I felt Al could have been pushed to draw money. Manny Fernandez, very good performer, very, very hard worker, a little hot-headed sometimes, but a lot of people are. And Manny, I think, was basically only in the Southwest area. And Luke Williams had a way of controlling the hotheads, like a good booker does have ways, and understands how to do that, and got a lot of mileage out of Manny. Manny drew money in the Southwest.
Now, you were a heel, obviously for a lot of your time down there, and they turned you babyface. What are your memories of your babyface turn?
In Southwest?
Yeah.
I'm not sure I did.
I thought you did some matches there with the Sheepherders for a little bit.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, yes, I did. After, I think Luke and Butch went to Puerto Rico.
Right.
Then I switched babyface and worked with Jonathan Boyd, who's also deceased. John was the weak link. John was an ass. John had an attitude. John thought John was God. How Luke Williams put up with Jonathan Boyd for any length of time is a mystery to anybody that knew him. Working with John was very difficult. Few matches, John would try you, and you'd have to hit him in the nose, so to speak, to show him that he couldn't do what he wanted to. Didn't enjoy that time, and didn't stay much longer there, and went to Puerto Rico.
Before you went to Puerto Rico, you also got to work a little bit with Bob Sweeten.
Bob Sweeten, yeah, that was way before. That was like the starting of my Southwest days. Bob was another one of the old timers, hardcore, hard-nosed, grumpy, grouchy, didn't get along with some people, but got along great with him. Bob was took me under a wing, and we would. Bob needed a ride to the towns, I think is what it was, but he would ride with me, and we would discuss wrestling psychology. As I always tried to pick the old timer's mind.
Was Bobby Jaggers there too?
Bobby was there. Bobby was a good performer, full of shit sometimes, but a lot of us are. Got along good with Bobby over the years. Was in a lot of different territories with Bobby, and Bobby always stayed middle of the card about everywhere he went.
Any good road stories from that territory?
Out of Southwest, I think, I don't want to say we, I think the Wrestlers put a dent in the ecosystem in West Texas. There was probably thousands of jackrabbits and deers killed out on I-10. The UFOs, if you don't believe in UFOs, drive from San Antonio to Odessa at nighttime. You'll believe in them. There's so many unexplained lights in the sky there.
Huh. You've seen some, I guess, obviously.
Oh my gosh, unreal. You wouldn't even believe them. But
what's the craziest thing you've seen?
Big bright white lights follow you down the interstate. You don't see a car for nothing for 50 miles, and you've got big bright lights in the sky following you, and then they just gone.
Huh.
It's but nobody believes that. But there's a few people that saw it. As far as horror stories, Southwest wasn't really anything out of the ordinary, really. This would be interesting to the fans. Vince McMahon Sr. had passed away. Joe Blanchard had the first wrestling show on nationwide cable, USA. And Vince kept wanting to buy that spot from Joe because he wanted to expand. And Joe would never sell. And then having that USA cable is what put Southwest Wrestling under, because the bill was humongous and it got in the hundreds of thousands of dollars behind. And Vince Jr. paid off that bill with USA, and that's how he got onto USA, and the rest is history. The wrestling business across the country, territorial-wise, is dead now as we knew it then.
TitleMatchNetwork.com